In a previous video, I shared my new direction of shifting over to being a lifestyle photographer and less of an event photographer. And lifestyle photography is a wild thing, right? Like, put it simply, it's capturing people doing things and doing it in a way that feels authentic. And then there's like some portraiture in there, headshots, portraits, all that good stuff. So I'm leaning heavy in that direction because I see the biggest business opportunity there. However, there are there's still some things that's pulling at me from my event world. And just to put some context around it, add some flavor, I'd been frustrated with event photography because I didn't know how to market it. I didn't know, like, if you go on Google, type in event photography, you'll probably find concert stuff. Um, like, how do I market? Do I market to like a birthday photographer? Am I a sweet 16? It's very difficult. It's a very difficult place to be. So I think ultimately shifting over to a lifestyle photographer and covering these things separately in my style sort of makes sense. Sort of an approach I'm willing to try. Um, However, we had a death in the family quite recently, and um, this family member has been around for a while. He's the cornerstone of part of the family, and uh, I've had the privilege to capture her many ways. Christmas portraits for the family, surprise birthday parties for her. So I've done some work around her in the past, and in her passing, as the family sort of mourns and looks to take care of business, they've been reaching out for me for photos, right? And I didn't think anything of it because not only are you dealing with that, but then you're dealing with like immediate family and family that's still alive, and you're dealing with work and business, and life still goes on while you're mourning and you're gripping with stuff. um and I hopped on Facebook randomly, and a lot of the family had changed. They'd updated profile pictures and background pictures, and just they've given their heartfelt testimonials of who she was and what she meant to them using images that I'd captured. And it took me back. It was a very heavy thing to see because you know how Facebook is. So it was one after the next after the next. It's like three or four family members. Like, whoa. Um, and for the very first time, I felt like I had an outer body experience with my work. Um, because I was, as I'm scrolling and I'm reading, the fact that these were my photos came last. What came before it was, man, there she is. She's gone, right? And dealing with that, and then like reading what people were saying, their account of how she changed their world was like, that didn't make it any easier. And then reading the comments about what was being said was like, wow, this didn't make it. Oh, and by the way, that's my photo. Um, this was the first time I had this mesh of both worlds. Um, a moment that was personal to me, a photo that moved me in such an emotional way. Um, but then this is what I market myself as. I always say I capture moments for families and generations to come to see who these family members were. You can look at my images and see the authenticity. You can see the mannerisms. You can see the love, the emotion coming through it, the sense of personality. And that's why I still gravitate towards event stuff. And when I say event stuff, like, somebody's sweet 16 birthday party, yada yada yada, because these are great moments of celebration, celebratory moments where people get together and they just love onto each other. They just have fun. And I do a lot of candid capturing at my events and fishing for those moments and sniping from across the room because I don't want to disturb. Because I find that when people see me approaching with my two big cameras, oh man, I don't. My left side, my right side is my hair. I've built my business and I've built the way I capture photos at events in such a way that they never see them coming. And I always hear from my clients like, "Whoa, you've captured the authenticity of our family." It wasn't until scrolling through Facebook, seeing my photos of our family member that has passed on, did I now feel that. And it was a very complex feeling, right? It was a very complex feeling. And I always feel like it's always worth leaning into the things that attract you, the things that'll always pull you and call your name and get you off the couch to go out and do something. And I think event photography is very much that. And as I come into this space where I'm making a conscious decision to lean in on the lifestyle portion, because at the end of the day, I want to build a business that can sustain my family, but also it can grow with my family. And hopefully one day, if my daughter decides, you know what, I want to be a photographer, then this entire thing is hers, right? Like, I love that idea. I want to nourish that. And as I build the blocks to do that, I'm now coming to the realization that that doesn't mean I need to let go of the mission to capture families doing what families do. Um, and then a few days later, I had a Sweet 16 that I shot. And the mom's message when she received the photos were, let me pull it up. The mom's message when she received the photos was really what gave me the clarity of like, okay, I I think success for me is building the business in such a way that it makes money because I'm doing stuff for brands and high profile clients and a lot of editorial portraits and stuff like that, but also still giving the gift, the actual gift, the authentic gift of moments, precious time spent with family members to people, because that is the point of the photography. At least that's the point of it for me. Um, oh my God, Ramon, you outdid yourself. The pictures are absolutely gorgeous. God blessed you with a gift. Yeah, yeah. And then she later on said, after a lot of back and forth, she said, I can see that you exercise your craft with love. Um, that is what I define as validation. That's the confirmation I needed to balance me out. I'm still gonna push in the lifestyle direction, but I won't forget about events. Maybe I won't call them events. Maybe I'll just say family photography, right? Because I guess it makes no difference If I come to your home to capture a Sunday activity of you cooking with your kids, or a sweet 16 or a birthday party, it's just family. Um, Family documentary. I don't know. I got to figure it out. Uh, but maybe I shouldn't call it events anymore. But I think there's this piece of me that's not willing to walk away from giving real, actual people the gift of photography. I think I need to find a way to do both. Make a business that can sustain me and get the big bag and get the big contracts, but also give back to families around me. The journey, man, it never stops. I would like to thank you for your time. It is the most valuable resource that we have. And I don't take it lightly that you shared some of it with me here today. And if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. My name is Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.